the Australian Fitness and Health Expo in Sydney, Darling Harbour. I'm with Andy Pickett, the Business Director for Australia New Zealand. Andy, good to meet you. We're at the Precor stand today. I'm going to run through some questions and some demos with Andy about the new Prevanet system. So, Andy, a bit of the philosophy behind the system you've got here, the module for your machines. Just tell me a little bit about that philosophy.
Sure. So we call this the P80. It's the platform for our network fitness experience, and it's the interface for the high-end range of commercial fitness equipment that we offer to the worldwide commercial gym market. And as you can see, the touchscreen interface that we have, it's very, very uncluttered, and it's very, very straightforward for the user to get in to their fitness experience. And that underlies our basic philosophy, which is fitness is foremost. We always told ourselves we did not want to design a range of fitness equipment that detracted people from the purpose of being there in the first place. And that everything we provide through technology should be there to enhance the user experience and to enhance the impact that it has on their fitness. So the touchscreen is a 15-inch capacitive touchscreen, industrial grade Gorilla Glass. It's very, very robust. One of the benefits of capacitive touchscreen, which is the platform we chose, is that it has no moving parts, there's no membrane contacts, very, very robust and lasts forever. It is the same technology that is used in iPads and iPhones and all of the very best consumer electronic goods, and that's what we wanted to do, was to mirror the very best that's available from consumer electronic goods. So the uncluttered nature is such that you really only have 5 things to do on this. You can change the language by going on the speech bubble at the top, and you can change the language you then wish to work out. At the end of your workout, it will go back to the default language, which is defined by the operator. You can press Quick Start. Quick Start is a feature that Precor invented many years ago, based along our 15-second rule. If people don't know what they're doing within 15 seconds of approaching equipment, they'll walk away and they won't come back. So we invented Quick Start to get people able to use the equipment very quickly. The big downside from that is it then puts them into a very unstructured workout. So we've then developed this featured workout of the day, which is different on every piece of equipment in the gym and different from every single day for each piece of equipment. So that's trying to create variety for the user, and so that the users who most need to be encouraged to do different things and to have a structured workout, it's the most prominent way to get going. So the intuitive, easiest way to start the machine is this big green go button that takes them into that featured workout. You can select the workouts in a more traditional way from this gesture motion controlled list that's structured by section. And then the final thing is a sign-in feature, which I'll show you when we look at what's new at this show, which is the Preva personal account. Prevanet is Precor's way of bringing tailored internet content to the gym. And we do this through various different tiers. So the first is through the featured, and these content is content that Precor has identified on the internet, which enhances the member's experience or the user's experience in the gym. And we use RSS feeds to bring this content to the user, so that it's ergonomic, very easy to use, even when strenuously exercising. And so all of these tiles, you click on the tile, such as CNN, for example, and what you get is CNN's news blog, which is they're usually used for mobile applications, so it's a very simplified content. And you gesture motion your way around the screen, so you can read the content that you're interested in. Because it's a blog, there's a number of postings, and you can gesture across to the different postings for their news for today. So they're the featured feeds. We also have 3 other ways of getting into the internet. One, if I jump forward to all list, so this is a more extensive list of internet content, again, that we think is relevant and enhances the user experience, including a whole series of web videos that we've set up. And so if we go into the Preva web videos, and then we click on and this is now taking us into a more detailed internet web page, which in this case happens to be a web video, which I can then play and if I've got earphones plugged in, I can listen to this promotional video promoting different ways of working fitness, and this one happens to be advertising what we're bringing new to the show this week. The other two ways of going in is through the web. This is the most open access, and this literally is using Google as an entry into the web. That feature can be switched off by the operator, and if it's switched off, the option is not there. So we had concerns about the appropriateness of content and about whether we think it's a safe environment to be enabling people to do anything on the internet. And we decided that should be the operator's decision. It's not for us to make, it's for the operator to make. If they choose to make it unavailable, it's not visibly unavailable, it's just not there at all. And then the fourth one, which we're really excited about, we're the only ones to be doing this, is to enable the operator to create similar simplified format through the RSS feeds that's relevant to their business and their membership. So if we go back to the Prevanet menu, Filex 2013, that would be replaced with the facility name. So we've just created a facility, if you like, that is Filex 2013, and in there's a whole series of content that we've created specifically for this show to demonstrate that capability. Now this real estate, as the Americans would call it, is owned by the operator, and they can use it for whatever they want. It can promote secondary spend within the club. They can sell that advertising space to local partners with a very tailored audience for certain products that may be offered locally, or they can use it to promote their activities.
So class timetables,
exactly,
promotions.
You got it. Exactly, that sort of thing. So to take one example, if we go into here, we wrote this web blog. Samuel Heslop's one of our employees. He wrote that blog for the purposes of this show. So various different ways to get into the internet, but all of it is trying to guide the user to use internet that is both appropriate and enhances the user experience in a gym environment.
So Andy, I mean that's tremendous functionality for the user. Absolutely, it's a great experience. What's new for the show this year? What have you brought this year?
Okay, so what's particularly new, and again we're very excited about this, is the personalization that Preva enables us to do. And so this is the personal page, and because I haven't logged in as a user, I could be anyone on the machine. But if I go into the personal page, all I can do from there is learn more about that Preva personal account. And so this talks us through why would I do this? Why create an account and why use it? And so you can set your weekly goals, and that will encourage you to come back to the gym, encourage you to remain engaged, and if you achieve your goals, you're more likely to be retained as a member, you're more likely to come back for more. And so this explains how you can do that. This is how it would be tracked. We have a badge system to engage the member, so rewarding success. It might seem very intangible, but research has shown the whole gaming philosophy, moving on to new levels, encourages you to come back for more and try for the next level.
So you'll be able to tap into your personal account regardless of the piece of cardiovascular.
Correct. Anywhere in the world, as long as it's Preva enabled, you'll be able to go into it. And to show you that, let me go right back to the beginning. And there's two ways that you can get into and register with this. We have an RFID reader built into the P80, and that will read most RFID norms that are out there as a standard RFID contactless type engagement. Or you can manually sign in with an email and a password. Yeah. So this is a Virgin RFID. It hasn't been registered, so I offer this up against here. It changes blue to tells me that let's read it, and then this screen tells me that, hey, I recognise that that's a relevant RFID, but it hasn't yet been registered. So if you wish to register it, you press next. It tells you can open a Preva account, and if I, for example, I'll put an example email address. and it then asks me to put in my password, and it has to be 8 digits long. So to keep life simple, I'm going to do the first 8 digits, and then I press sign in. Now this is going to come back and say, well, I can't sign you in because that account doesn't exist. That's one that I've just invented. So if I want to, so it now says, well, do you want to create an account with that email address? And I'll go yes. Of course, if I made a mistake in entering my email address for one that was already registered, I have the ability to cancel and try again, or sorry, to go back to the previous screen and try again with my correct email address. Because this is a new address, and now it's asking me to confirm the password, which is standard on internet, so to make sure we haven't typed it in wrong, which would lock us out in the future. So if I reconfirm that password and press next, this will now create an account. It asks me how I want to be greeted. It uses the first part of the email address as a default, but I can replace that with a nickname or anything else I want to put in. So I can put in my Christian name, and I'll be greeted by the machine now with that name. I can then put in my date of birth. I'm just going to demonstrate this. You have to be at least 13 years old to have a Prevanet account. So unless that age is more than 13, the next button is grayed out. As long as I'm over 13, I can go next. There's some terms and conditions to read, and if you're happy with those, you agree to the terms and conditions. I've now created a real Prevanet account that is out there in the cloud. So it now says welcome Andy, because it now knows it's me on the machine, and the sign-in tile has now been switched to favorites, which is my favorite accounts over time. My favorite workouts over time. I can create my own personalized programs, and that's available through that tile to start. So if I now press go on the workout, and it then goes through those 4 screens again to tell the user that those are available to it. If I go into the personal screen, instead of more, I've now got weekly goal and lifetime totals available to me, or I can look at this week's performance. That's grayed out because I haven't yet set up a weekly goal. So if I go into weekly goal, it asks me a number of things. How many times do you wish to commit to coming to the gym? And I'm going to say, I'm going to come to the gym twice every week. It asks me, do I want my performance to be measured on distance undertaken, the duration of the total aggregate duration of working out, or the calories that I've burnt. I'm going to select duration because it's the most versatile, and I'm going to come 31 minutes for every workout in that week. I'll confirm my current weight. It uses that to make more accurate calorie and so on. So then it asks you what my current focus is, and this is so that the email address that I've registered the account with, we can send tailored content and advice to those users according to why they come to the gym. So I'm going to say I come to the gym to push my performance. Then summarizes that for me to check that I'm happy with that. And if I press save, I've now saved a weekly goal against which I can measure myself. Now this week is no longer grayed out. There's some relevant content to look at. If I click on this week, and we see now the dial, and this is real data stored in the cloud, telling me that Andy, whose email address is example@prevanet.com, is 2% of the way through what they want to do this week. The little flag at the bottom tells us that that's when you got there. You've completed your target for that workout.
Really quite personal.
Really quite personal, exactly.
And the access at the administration, and for example, the club owner will be able to tap into the usage of all the machines, all these members.
Absolutely.
That's available.
Absolutely. So he can engage with the members. Yeah. And what's really exciting is this isn't just on Prevanet-enabled CV equipment in the gym. What I'll show you now is also the other part of what we're launching at the trade show today, which is Prevanet mobile app, and that enables the same account to be accessed through an iPhone. So if I go into the Prevanet app, this is available from the App Store as we speak, the iPhone App Store. And if I click on the icon, I come up with a sign-in screen. Now there's 3 things I can do from here. I can sign into an existing account. I can create a new account from the app, so I don't have to be on a P80-enabled piece of equipment. I can create the account outside of the gym. Or I can take a Prevanet tour to tell me a little bit more about that and why I should want to do that. So we've already created an account, so I'm going to sign into that account. And if you remember, we had example@prevanet.com. So I type that in. that was the email address I used to set up the account, and my password was the digits 1 through 8. And I can now sign into that account that I created moments ago using that RFID token. And so now I'm into the Precor app with that account. And what you can see here now is a dial just like the one we saw from my very short abbreviated workout in the gym, but it's added something else. And what that's done is it said, okay, you committed to go to the gym twice a week. I still believe you're going to do that. I'm taking that at face value. But and that your second workout at the gym will be the 31 minutes that you committed to do. But if that's all you do, you're going to be 28 minutes short. You're off track by 28 minutes because I only did 3 minutes when I was with you before on the cross training. And that's represented by this yellow hashed out area. So it's giving guidance to the user to say, hey, if you want to achieve your goal, you've got to do a little bit more. You've got to try and do something to put that out. So let's say I'd gone to the gym with the full intention of doing the 31 minutes, but I was called away to a family emergency, or suddenly realized I'd left something on at home I shouldn't have done, and I've had to leave in a hurry. I might choose that night to go for a run outside to compensate for that shortfall. So let's say that I've done that. I can now go to the bottom of this screen and say add activity, and that's in various categories. I may have done an activity on cardio equipment without Prevanet. That could be competitors' equipment, and we're not trying to make this exclusive to Precor equipment, so we've included some of the other pieces of equipment our competitors have. It could be sports and fitness. That would include the running outside. It could include a rugby game or something of that nature. We have strength equipment. Again, it could be Precor's or anyone else's. And we have body weight exercises. We also have at the bottom here, it says scan strength QR codes. And if I was by a piece of strength machine and I selected that option, there is embedded within the app a QR reader, and we have QR codes on all our strength equipment that tells the phone what strength equipment it is. And if I use that, excuse me, if I use that, I can either look at a video demonstration, or I can record actual exercise that I've done on that machine. Now, as I say, we went for a run, right? So I'm going to go in here and then find running as an activity, and I'm going to say that I did 56 minutes run. You'll see here that duration is required. That's because I chose that as the parameter by which I wanted to be measured. The other two are optional. And if I click on duration, I can put in 56 minutes of running, done. And if I press submit, that now updates the account. Again, it's stored in the cloud, so that account, if I go back to status, you'll now see that dial-up updates. It says you're no longer 28 minutes off track, you're 28 minutes ahead because you went mad and did 56-minute running. And you've completed one of 2 exercises in the gym. So that's great, I'm back on track, my fitness goals are being met. So what I'm going to do finally is to then take you back to the fitness equipment in the gym. I'm now going to my second session that I undertook to do. I said I'd come twice a week. Sure enough, I'm coming twice a week. Okay, so we're now back in the gym for my second workout of the week. And as I did before, I'm going to swipe the RFID to enter into my account. So I put that on there, it goes blue, it tells me it's signing in. And quickly afterwards it says, welcome Andy. So I'm back in the gym and I'm welcomed by that personal message. I'm going to use the featured workout of the day again. So if I press go, again we're back into the into the workout, and so we get a preview of all the panels that exist, and it finally arrives on the workout panel. So I'm going to show you one other feature whilst we're waiting for something to happen, which will happen as we do it. And so if you look at the parameters up here that you might want to be looking at, the metrics for a workout, you can pull down the whole series of metrics, and then you can choose which one you want to be the customized display for your workout, and that will remember that that's your preferred format. And so that customized view, as I say, will be there next time we come back to the club. So if we go then into the personal screen, we look at this week, and we can see the dial ticking merrily on. and telling me that I'm 96% of the way to my goal. Now you'll see that message pop up. Now that would have popped up whatever the screen we were on, and it's a little badge to say, hey, you've done an hour's worth of total working out since you created your account. We call that the Great Wall badge because it's the time it takes to get the train from Beijing to the Great Wall of China. It's just a little kind of fun thing that the member gets, and they can post that to Facebook or to their Twitter account, and it's enabling the user to engage with the online community in a way that today's consumers expect to be able to. So and it helps and encourages them with their fitness journey as well. So our profile of those badges is that we get lots and lots of badges early on, and then it becomes increasingly difficult to achieve them. In the Precor app, which we'll look at again in a moment, and we'll see that badge appear, there's a badge gallery, and you can have a look at what you've collected, and it's all to do with encouragement and in tapping into the gaming psychology of today's people. So as we approach the end of achieving our goal, if we go back to let's say we're on the entertainment screen right now, I might be looking at which TV channel I want to watch, and we've set up some channels in the screen. You can toggle through the various displays. You can have your metrics, and there we go. There's another feature. Welcome to Filex. You can either learn more or OK on that. We call this the member messaging feature, and there's one message that can be posted by the facility to their membership at a time of their choosing. It could be 1 minute into a workout, or it could be advertising classes. Hey, we're a bit short on members signing up for such and such class happening in 10 minutes. Why don't you come along and get it for half price? So I was showing you there the TV screen. You can toggle through and there's the next one feature coming up. I've just achieved my 62-minute goal that I set for the week. It gives me a congratulations display. All of these messages that have popped up in the last couple of minutes, they require you to OK and acknowledge the message before it will let you do anything else on the screen. All of the other touchscreen features have been disabled until you acknowledge and react to that badge. And with the member messaging badge, member messaging feature, if you press learn more, it takes you into a tailored website that the facility has set up to tell them more about what they were trying to talk to them about with that member message. So they're all the features that we're really excited to be launching at Filex this year. We launched them globally at Ursa this year as well. And yeah, that answers your question. What's new?
I'm excited about having a go on Precor Prevanet, and it sounds fantastic. How do I know more about this? How do I find out more? I'm a club owner, I'm a city owner. Where do I find out more information?
Sure, absolutely. So Candice is available on candice.wright@precor.com or telephone number 03-8586-6649, and we'd be delighted to hear from you.
Fantastic. We'll put that address, email address and telephone number on the website, on the post, so you can take it from there, guys. Andy, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.